Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Cubas. Welcome to another edition of Danny's Corner, another video. And today I want to talk about attitudes, more specifically about some of the things that I do not like that sighted people, not all of them, but a great majority of them do to blind people. And just point out some things. One of them has to do with this double standard. So let me start with this. I find that people yell. Yes, yell. So, for example, when they have a question for me, they often talk louder than if they were directing that question to a sighted person. And my thing is, why? Why do they have the need, or why do they find the need to do that? Not all blind people are deaf. Yes, there is a community out there, but that does not necessarily mean that all of us are like that. In fact, a lot of blind people, especially totally blind people, are able to hear even somebody whispering or talking in a lower voice. So each of us have, different ways in which we can hear. Some hear low frequencies, some hear high frequencies. And for blind people especially, they're able to hear things that as sighted folks you're not able to hear. So don't mistake that. You're actually causing us, or me I should say, maybe some blind people will disagree with me, but you're causing me pain when you are yelling. I had a comment. It's like, you need to speak a little bit louder. This is why I adjusted my mic volume. And so I know there's some of you that are going to complain that I'm speaking too loud. So the thing is that I may never please anyone. So from now on, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. And if people are willing to listen, great. And if they're not, they're going to get off this YouTube channel. But I'm still going to continue with this, with these videos, regardless of what anybody may think. Because all I know, and I don't say this out of arrogance, all I know is if these people were in my position doing what I'm doing with all of my disabilities, 9 times out of 10, I'm sure they wouldn't be able to handle it. So it's easy for you to be on the other side of the screen criticizing someone. But it's really hard when you have multiple disabilities and still trying to navigate this world. So yes, I'm one of the people that is able to hear perhaps better than a lot of sighted people. I don't need people yelling at me. I can hear just fine. Thank you very much. And lastly, and this, remember, I'm not putting these things in order. So definitely when I speak about these things, I like making a series just because there's a lot to talk about. And I don't want these videos to be a top 10 list because it doesn't get to why I say these things, why I don't like these things. So the other reason, before I go to the last one, the other reason why I do not like when people talk loudly to me, it's this thing that I They don't say it, but I feel that. People think that I'm dumb. I have this assumption, and maybe it's wrong, but I find that these people, some of them, think that if they speak loudly to me, it's as if they're doing it because I may not understand certain things. For those of you who do not know me, I went to ASU and I graduated with a bachelor's degree in Spanish. I'll talk about more about my schooling on other videos. Just wanted to point that out. So the other reason why I don't like people talking loudly is I have migraines, and those are tough to deal with. There is a disorder that goes in, or I'm sorry, that people have already when they're going through a migraine, or when they have been exposed. What I'm trying to say is our brain is wired differently. And so because of the migraines that we may have, and we don't know when we have them, loud noises affect us just as well as strong smells and other things. So just imagine that having a migraine or being prone to migraines, and on top of that, being totally blind, having somebody yell at us is horrendous. We need some time off. And that's what I typically do whenever I come home. I have long periods of trying to get myself recharged, if I could say it that way. Because, yeah, society does bug me a lot. And so for the last one, finally, I have a hard time when people want to do things for me. I've mentioned this before on other videos. So I'm trying to open a bottle of water, or I'm trying to open a can of soda, or I'm trying to open anything. And people somehow think that by them doing it, they're actually helping me. You're not. You're preventing me from doing something that I wanted to do from the beginning. And that's opening something myself. I don't need your assistance. Thank you. I would appreciate this kind of assistance, let's say, if there was a sighted person sitting next to me, and if the other sighted person who is intending to help me, if they would help that sighted person with their can of soda, or with their water, or with food, or with whatever they needed help with, then okay, you can help me. But singling me out to help me, and when you know that there are other sighted folks that may need help, or even if they don't, what's wrong with opening things for them? And I'll just throw a bonus one. Assuming things, I think, would be the root of the problem. Assuming that we need help just because you are imagining that we need help, just because somehow you have never seen a blind person, but all your information, you're getting it from books, you're getting it from movies, you're getting it from shows. Let me tell you something. Those characters are only fantasy. They're only in somebody's mind. They're fictitious. They do not represent your typical blind person. We are able to do so much more than what people give us credit for if you would only stop assuming and start experiencing things with us, alongside us, you would see that we can do so much more. So yeah, I'll leave you with this. We have been through a lot of prejudiced attitudes, and I've mentioned this before. Everything from racism to ableism to a lot of things. And you have noticed how these groups of people have been characterized for hundreds of years, and now they're gaining a voice. And some people don't like that. This is exactly what's happening to us. And this is why I'm making these videos. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is not going to be the last video. I have more things to talk about when it comes to this. And so stay tuned for the second part. Hope you join me, and take care. Bye.